We're on. Hey everybody, welcome to British Jackie. British Jackie actually is running a bit late as usual. She's running a bit late tonight, so she asked me to step in. And also, I'm the band. I'm Ski Bunny. Tracy Chevrolet's band Ski Bunny. I'm Tracy Chevrolet and Ski Bunny. And I'm also the host from the On Call Host Society. So we're gonna start off like we do every talk show here. We're gonna start off with a song. This song is brand new. It's called Route 6. It's about a vacation in Provincetown, Massachusetts. Many of you have had that experience. Let's get started. I cross Route 6 in my bare feet. I cross Route 6 in my bare feet. Partying with some vagabonds in the middle of the doors. Two guys, two girls, some tequila and some too. They drove across from Vegas searching for a good time, but the sun is going down now and I got to say goodbye. I cross Route 6 in my bare feet. I cross Route 6 in my bare feet. At the concert I see Sue and my heart explodes. I see so many people I loved so long ago. The love and the music pulses blood through my veins. It's the kind of thing you never leave, but you're back in it again. I cross Route 6 in my bare feet. I cross Route 6 in my bare feet. The bar kicks us out, so we're hanging on the street. I'm escorted to the after party by the women that I meet. In the garden backyard, an angel shoves coke in my nose, and we talk about discrimination like every woman knows. I cross Route 6 in my bare feet. I cross Route 6 in my bare feet. My new friend, she tells me that I'm special and I'm good. On the walk home I kiss her like I never knew I would. I want to stay forever, but it's time to say goodnight. Oh, the parties and the people in P-Town all alright. Cross Route 6 in my bare feet. Cross Route 6 in my bare feet. Down Cape, 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 down Cape. Cross Route 6 in my bare feet. Cross Route 6 in my bare feet. I cross Route 6, cross Route 6 in my bare feet. I cross Route 6, cross Route 6 in my bare feet. And there we have somebody crossing Route 6. Who could that be? Somebody is crossing Route 6. I don't quite know what's going on in her bare feet. That's right, we have a demonstration for you of crossing in your bare feet. So, British Jackie's arrived. Hello everybody, I'm here. So we're starting the show, ladies and gentlemen, and here I am. And it is out of focus, but we're back. And we're in focus again, and here I am, I'm British Jackie. So come on, guests. We've got a wonderful internet personality here with us tonight. Tara Emory, ladies and gentlemen, look what we've got here. It's fantastic.
Hello.
So maybe we'll cram into this close-up shot because it's very intimate. We like that. It's very pretty. We look lovely. So we're working off camera too then, are we? That's right, we are. So ladies and gentlemen, it's Tara.
Hello.
Tara, welcome to British Jackie.
Oh, welcome. Thank you for having me.
You're most welcome. You are most welcome. You are most welcome as my guest here tonight. Very, very pleased. I've got such a beautiful and talented, gifted, gorgeous, smart, intelligent, just everything a woman or man could want right here next to me here on British Jackie tonight.
Possibly.
Thank you so much for being here. Ladies and gentlemen, we've got a very special newscast we want to bring to you tonight. It's more on the continuation of our collective utopian vision that we've been following this newscast for a while. So what we've got here, we're going to go to the computer here. We're going to take a look at our utopian vision. First, you remember I was talking about the bull gliders, ladies and gentlemen. Do you remember that? I was talking about the bull gliders. This is going back a couple of months, right?
Oh,
the bull gliders. So this is the bull glider. I'll go back to us here in the studio. The bull gliders are a phenomenon, and we'll go back to the bull gliders so you can see what I'm talking about. The bull gliders is a phenomenon. You see that bull on that glider? That is a bull glider. Have you ever seen such a thing, Tara? Have you ever seen such a thing?
Out of the corner of my eye sometimes, looking up into the sky, yes.
Yeah, you know, that's what we're hearing, and that's what this is photographic evidence of collective utopian vision that's circulating.
Yeah, that's just solid case shut, open and shut.
That's right.
Case, like photographs.
It's happening. It's beautiful. It's happening. We'll go look at another one while we've got our... So the bull gliders, what the bull gliders are, ladies and gentlemen, the bull gliders are, if you go back to the chart here, hit the mouse there, we'll pick another one here. You see this one here. This one is absolutely spectacular. It's going to the Saturn Sanctuary. The Saturn Sanctuary. So this bull is being... Basically, ladies and gentlemen, what's happening is these bulls are being rescued.
You must be using solar winds to get there.
They're using very special technology.
Yes.
Solar winds. It's very natural, universal technology. It's very insightful. Yes, solar winds. What is a solar wind?
It's wind that comes from the sun.
Wind that comes from the sun, and it's
Actually,
generated...
it comes from the soul.
The soul.
So it's soul with a U.
It's solar
Solar.
wind.
Yes.
I like that kind of wind. I feel that wind quite often. You're playing music, I feel like doing British Jackie as well, being here with you tonight. I feel that solar wind. I do. It's wonderful. Thank you. So anyway, we're back. We'll look at the bull glide. So ladies and gentlemen, what we've got now, ladies and gentlemen, we'll go back here, and we'll go back to the chart here. What we've got to do, we've got to go back to British Jackie. The button is a little off and not very well formatted or styled.
I think there's some schmutz in the mouse.
Oh, there's some schmutz in the mouse. It's not my fault here. So we've got this new evidence. Wait till you see what we've uncovered, ladies and gentlemen. It's phenomenal evidence. Would you look? Do we need to see that again? I think we do.
I love the way the torso and the feet for the first two pictures actually almost line up.
It's spectacular. It's remarkable. I don't want to miss anything. I don't want to miss our reaction shots either. Have you ever seen? I'm speechless. I'm breathless. Can you tell? It's really affecting me.
You're freckleless?
I'm freckleless.
Yes, okay.
Yes, I'm wondering what is going on in these pictures. So what we've got here, we've got photographic evidence of our utopian vision. What we'll do is we'll now select one of these images and look at it closer. We'll be very careful as to which one we select and what else will be in the... So this, as you can see, ladies and gentlemen, you see what we're looking at here. This is a man. This is a man's legs in a pair of sparkly high heel pumps. And what we're talking about here...
Not me, by the way.
And it is not Tara.
No.
It is a friend of British Jackie from the long ago past, and they shall remain nameless and very discreet and discretion and all is very well respected.
Sorry for Elm Street.
No, that's okay. No, it's nothing like that. It's nothing like that at all. We're very, very protective of the identity of these. Oh, we've got police. Oh no, are we in trouble for showing those pictures?
Hide me.
Yeah, exactly. Keep going down and go to Boston. Anyway, back to the show here. Little distraction of those blue flashing lights. So we've got this photographic evidence of these men who are exploring their identities beyond the male stereotype of being like a lumberjack or a macho man or a construction worker. Not that there's anything wrong with being any of those things,
well,
you know, of
the
course.
village people right there.
They've got the village people, we've got the cops, we've got the construction worker, that's right. But these men,
Firemen.
absolutely lovely.
Yeah.
They are, aren't they? Somehow, isn't it?
There's probably a bunch of lesser known village people that were like just like telephone workers and sort of you know.
So it's the fringe village people.
Yeah.
The village people from the suburbs of the village.
They're the suburb people.
Yes. They are the outskirts, the village outskirts people.
Yes.
We like those as well. We like all professions here. Speaking of professions, what is your title? We were talking about that earlier.
I don't know. You sound kind of like my tax preparer.
Oh,
you know, what do you put
Tell me
yourself
to
down
put
as?
yourself through that.
I put myself down as like artist, website developer, blah blah blah.
And what do you do in the context of those titles?
I've run my own sort of self-made porn website. It's sort of erotic vignettes that I do. I sort of self-photograph in different outfits that I create, and I'm also sort of well known in social international party scene type
Wow.
events.
That sounds like quite a lifestyle you've got going there, Tara.
It is. I mean, it's not, it can be a career, actually.
Can it really?
If you've been in it for long enough, I guess.
Yeah. And so what sort of parties are? What are these parties like? You've got to tell me. You've got to break me into these things. You've got
Gosh,
to
I mean,
I love parties.
it's sort of, well, I mean, like you have your sort of fetish, industrial sort of dance and party scene, but it's sort of branched out into just sort of a weird sort of kinky alternative lifestyle. I tell people sometimes that I'm going to an alternative lifestyle convention, and that's all they ever need to know.
That is,
So.
and that could be anything from like Comic-Con. Would Comic-Con be an alternative lifestyle
It could be
convention?
as well, and I
Depends
suppose
on how you
Burning
work
Man
it.
could be, but I don't do Burning Man, so
Yeah.
because I don't like the sound.
The sand would get everywhere,
Gets
wouldn't it? For
everywhere.
posterity.
Yeah, it'll get into my plastic joints and sort of grind them down.
Oh, I see.
So,
Plastic joints.
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Plastic Joints sounds like an alternative Beatles album cover.
It does. It
Yeah,
sounds like an
very
alternative
soul.
lifestyle as
Yeah.
well.
Plastic Joints.
Plastic
Plastic
joints.
Joints, there's an
Not
album.
something you can
There's an
smoke.
album name right there, or
There
a band
is.
name.
Yeah,
So.
yeah. So tell me, what are your views? So we were talking earlier at dinner tonight, weren't we, Tara? We had dinner earlier this
you
evening.
had dinner. I watched you eat.
That's
so.
right. We were talking about sort of the state of art and culture in this country and how very challenging it is.
It's there's I would say that the internet and the specialization of things is sort of its own worst enemy. You could say that.
In what sense do you mean that?
Because you become. Oh my God! Now I've opened up a can of worms
Well,
here.
let's do it.
I think
I want to open up. I want to see
you,
those worms squiggling and
oh my
squirming.
God.
That's what I want.
Oh gosh, I don't know. Pass. Next.
Next question. So in terms of making a living, what sort of ways have you discovered are actually feasible for you? How have you done that? Because that would be great advice for our watching audience out
Well,
there.
it's funny because I get people who want to get into the sort of the adult website modeling scene, and I always tell them to sort of get into their hot tub time machine and go back to 2005 when it was all new and wonderful and there wasn't a lot of competition and you could sort of get a foothold in this business.
Yeah.
Now I think it's kind of impossible and everyone wants to do it, and sort of becoming an internet celebrity is everything from people just posting pictures of what they ate today to just looking pretty and posting pictures of their butt.
Yeah.
Or anything
That
like
works
that.
as well. I've done a little bit of all of those things.
Yeah,
Not the food so much, but the butt. For
No,
sure.
I've done it with the
You
food,
look at
but
my
it's-
Facebook feed, which is out there.
Yeah. So, I mean, but I've been doing it for a while, and I actually do produce tangible content, so I think I have maybe a leg up on some other people.
Content is interesting. Like we were talking earlier about how the people producing the content, what were we saying? Sort of the content producers are the ones that really are the ones that are getting sort of pushed out of the money-making model, the business model.
Yeah, because the more that you make, the more it ends up out there for free on the internet, and you become a victim of your own success. And then at that point, you're like, okay, what can I do to sort of capitalize on what I have done, for my whole career, career.
Yeah.
And maybe at that point it's just personal appearances, or showing up for interviews, or telling your life story, and just being more of yourself. I think the more that I be just me, the more interesting stories I'll get, and the more I'll be able to talk about it.
Right. And the more interesting that will be to others.
Exactly.
And marketable. in a
Exactly.
sense.
I mean, it's turning it into tangible money coming in is a tricky thing.
That's a tricky part. I found
yeah.
as well. Because it's a lot of fun. I mean, here we are, we're having a grand old time on British Jackie, are we not, Tara? It's
Yes,
wonderful.
we are, yes, we are.
It's a good time. We've got Massad right outside, everybody looking at beautiful Tara. We've got a gorgeous
It's
guest.
kind of like one-way glass mirror here.
They can see
Like I
us,
feel like the
but-
feds are there going like, "Nah, we're gonna tell
They
you
got
murderers,"
They got the little walkie-talkies. Do they still use those? The walkie-talkies?
I don't know, but I remember
The
when
dash cams.
walkie-talkie cell phones were a thing, and those are the most annoying things in the world. I'm glad those went away.
I don't remember those.
But
I
it
know
was
I
like
around for them.
it was cell phones that like you could hear both sides of the conversation. It was like, yeah, and people got them and they thought they were important, and like,
Right.
no, you're not important.
It's
You're just,
TMI.
it's exactly
It's
it's
TMI.
way
Too much
TMI.
information.
Exactly.
Just like I sort of renamed Facebook today. Did I tell you? I renamed Facebook TMI. Facebook is TMI.
Yes.
Because formerly known as Facebook. It's currently known as TMI. Anyway, back to our discussion. So in order for an artist to make money, then you got what? At the same time as you produce content, you got to not produce too much, because then it just gets regurgitated.
Well, I have, but at the same time, it's like I think maybe everything that I've done in my career, whether it be photo shoots I did 15 years ago, is still somewhat marketable, malleable content.
Yes.
You know, I mean, people, I mean, not that I'm Marilyn Monroe or anything like that, but I mean, you know, you can still buy Marilyn Monroe, you know, calendars and stuff like that. People still want to see pictures. And not that she obviously lived to a long life or anything, but anybody, okay, I'm digging myself into a hole here. But,
I know, anything you say can be taken and used against you in our culture, it's true.
And yes, can be taken out of context, chopped up and pureed and to say something completely different. Should I give you a whole series of words that you can just take out of context?
From. Let's turn the phone number on in case anybody's got. We've got a phone number on, and if you'd like to call in and talk and ask either of us questions, there's a number. There you are. Yes. Follow the bouncing fingernail. There you are. That's a lovely phone number. Pointed out to by the lovely Tara Emory.
I feel like there should be a ball here.
Yeah, there should be. There's a guitar and another. What's that other hat over there? We won't talk about that. So what we're finding is sort of like we want to, as artists, right? We want to make our art.
Well, actually, I would put it in a different way. So I think everybody out there in the world wants to figure out something that they can do while they're young and have tons of energy that'll somehow set them up for life.
Oh, wouldn't that be? Wouldn't that be?
That's what everybody really wants.
It'd be phenomenal.
And if anyone, well, and the thing is, if anyone approaches that at all, if they get close to it, people can get really jealous of it too. You know.
Right.
So it's like, don't blame me for, you know, doing what my talent sort of brought me to do.
Right.
You know.
Right. What your gifts led you to.
Exactly.
I mean, they're going to lead you somewhere, and you can't really help it. I mean, if you express yourself musically. Like I have recently been very, very inspired musically. I've written a lot of songs and stuff. It's like you can't help it. That's how it's coming out. You know?
Yeah.
You got to pursue it.
As long as you have the time to pursue it and the time to do it, and maybe it's good to do it when you have. But you know,
boundless energy.
Boundless energy.
Right, yeah.
Well, I think we both have a lot of youth.
We've got a lot of youth.
Us.
We do.
You know.
I
look at all the people who you know, they're probably stuck in a job and they can't pursue their own things, and I don't know.
It's very, very hard. You know, I was until recently, British Jackie herself. I was until recently stuck in a job, as you might say, stuck in a job. Right. I got out of it.
Punching a clock.
But I'm still. You know, it's always a struggle. It's either like you got to be poor, dirt poor, to where you're busking for your next meal, or you're spending all your time in an office with the doors all closing in around you.
And the next thing you know, 5 years have passed, and like, oh, I haven't done anything with the kitchen or whatever that I was working at home.
Let's talk about your kitchen.
Oh, my kitchen, yes.
Let's talk about your kitchen.
I'm basically making my kitchen, bringing it way past ever what its glory might have been, but it's turning into a little Stepford wife paradise.
Oh,
so
can I come over?
Yes, you can.
Can I cook in it? I don't cook, but I'll cook in that kitchen.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm just like a Stepford wife.
I am kind of turning myself into a Stepford wife myself.
Are you? In what way? How's that working? Is it your?
I think so. I mean, people. I definitely have different phases to my career. I mean, maybe there was the red-headed version of Tara that was for a while,
gosh,
and then they turned
really?
into the blonde Barbie doll thing, and you know that's working out in some ways. But who knows? Maybe the redhead version will come back.
That would be. I like variety. People like variety. You've got to keep reinventing yourself as an artist. You find that as well.
Well, I mean, if you know, since I'm doing sort of an, you know, self-made autoerotic porn site. I wouldn't even use the word porn, but you know, since I'm doing
erotic website,
yeah. I mean, but you know, if you look the same in every photo set, you only need to have one photo set on your website. So if you want to keep doing stuff, you got to keep reinventing yourself.
That's right. You got to keep the variety there. Yeah, I found that as well. I've developed quite a litany of characters over the years. That's sort of similar, so that kind of thing. So, and then I know you have an interest in cars. Would you like to talk about your interest in cars?
You may see me putting around in my little Citroen deux Chevaux.
I'd love to see that. Actually,
it's not a really good car to drive on a rainy day.
No, why is that?
Because it just has a cloth roof that you peel back like a sardine can.
A cloth roof, so it's a convertible.
It's a convertible, but it's more like they forgot to make the roof, and they decided that they had a piece of cloth that they could put on there instead.
Oh gosh! So on a rainy day, your cloth is going to get soaked. It's going to drip on your head.
Oh no! Well, on a really rainy day, On a regularly rainy
was,
day, it's
yeah.
fine. But if
Today
it's
was a crazy
pouring,
day.
there's no amount of cloth that's going to keep the rain out. So.
Now, I know you were working on a project that's something to have to do with the Quabbin Reservoir. Now, would you like
Oh
to
yeah,
discuss-
I'm perpetuating a hoax, and I'm also
Okay.
very open about how I'm going to document every part of the hoax, because I want to still see if a bunch of schmucks and idiots are going to still fall for it.
Okay.
And it's basically about Quabi, the prehistoric monster that lives in the Quabbin Reservoir.
So let's repeat that for everyone out there.
It's Quabi.com. It's not up yet, but that's the
Okay.
thing is I'm announcing it before it even goes up.
And it's Quabi, the prehistoric reptile,
Yeah,
Did you say?
like the Loch Ness monster. In fact,
like the Loch Ness Monster,
Yeah.
only right here in the Quabbin Reservoir. Where exactly is the Quabbin Reservoir?
it's
in
out
Quabbin,
there in the middle of the
in the
state.
middle of Massachusetts.
Yeah, out
Very,
by-
very fascinating.
Yeah, and
detail.
apparently it's been there for years, for centuries actually, which is interesting because some people say that the Quabbin Reservoir was made in the 1930s as a water supply for Boston.
Okay.
But it's funny that most of the people involved with that supposed making a reservoir are now dead.
So there's no way to prove whether or not
Yeah,
it was
exactly.
correct then.
Oh yeah.
So anybody's claim can kind of take root and become the truth in that situation.
So, I basically want to just see how bad we are as far as information and misinformation. It seems like now that we're in the age of information, misinformation has just as much weight as information does.
That's a very insightful comment.
Yeah.
And it's a very frightening
it's
reality.
frightening.
It's a frightening
Yeah.
reality
So
that we're living in. Speaking of information, let's go back to our, just momentarily, I want to show, did I do it? Yeah, I did. Okay, so we've got that. Let's take another look at one of these other pictures here. I want to see this one here especially. The beautiful, now so this evidence is what we're seeing here is, right, is people being willing to take risks and risk their privilege, masculine privilege in our society to explore themselves. And I think that's courage that we ought to celebrate. And this is how I know this is evidence of a vision here. Back to the studio right now. Do you know what I mean? Like having the courage to go outside of your stereotypical expectation, right? And put on, if you're a man, put on a purple dress. Put on a purple dress and a gold chain with clearly women's attire. And you're courageous because you're willing to sacrifice or risk giving up your privileges as a man, because as a man you've got to be macho to win those big bucks at the business. You can't be wearing a dress to work. But I think things are changing, and that's why this is starting to change.
I don't know anything about that.
Yeah.
I mean, I am trans,
She
but
is
I have
very
actually
dressed to
nothing
work.
to do with. Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
whatever male privilege I may have had, I've sort of forgotten about that a long time ago. So.
And there's all sorts of other kinds of privilege and other ways that we
Pretty
enjoy.
girl privilege is one thing. Too.
Yeah, it's true. And what I see is happening in this collective utopian sort of vision is people using their privilege to help establish an equality, to help to inform about that privilege, to take the if you get access to a resource because you were born in a time or a place or in a certain situation that's beneficial more than other people, you use those benefits to help equalize things, to help bring attention to the fact that there is that privilege, so that perhaps things in the future can be more equalized.
True.
I don't know.
I've probably long ago subscribed to the belief that human beings are parasites.
Yeah, there's that as well.
Once you kind of accept that, you're a little easier to live with yourself.
Yeah, I find it very, we are, it's certain.
Yeah, that's kind of like whenever the
is.
planet sort of goes.
It sort of shrivels up before our eyes. It shrivels up. It's just like
Yeah.
starting to shrivel up before our eyes. So what we've got to do, I think, is continue to circulate these images, this evidence of a collective utopia. I find it very optimistic that people are starting to explore, and like the bull gliders are starting to think about things that are fantastic and that are outside the box, words you've never heard, like bull glider.
I thought Bull Gliders was in a big progressive rock epic song from the 70s. Isn't there something about bull gliders out there?
Probably. I bet there actually is. I don't know about it. I bet there actually is, yeah. So we've got a few minutes left. I wanted to also talk to you about the Quabi. Quabi. What does Quabi look like?
Just like the Loch Ness monster.
So he's got a low neck.
blurry and black and white. Very
Blurry.
hard to photograph.
Right. Very elusive.
Very elusive.
As they say.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's fascinating.
But,
so, what are your views? Let's get back to all seriousness, what are your views on religion, Tara?
Gosh,
As the
really,
children walk by.
do
Hey
that
children,
here.
let's talk about
I don't know. I was
some
feeling that
controversial
people,
pornographic topics.
people should, religion has nothing to do with sort of how you got here on this planet, and everything to do with whatever culture you sort of came from, because they're written by people and everything. And so if you want to find things, you want to find the actual cosmic questions of life. Look at the planets, look at astronomy, look at science, look at math, because those are absolute things. People should be worshiping at the altar of algebra, for crying out loud.
Algebra. So the answers can be found in there.
The answers can be found in there, yeah. Unfortunately, I don't know them. Although, funny thing was, I used to be on the math team.
I did as well!
Yeah.
There we are, former math team!
What were they called? Them
Maths.
mathletes, or mathletes, or whatever they are called now.
Mathletes? Like, is that like math holes?
Math holes. I don't remember a damn thing about it, though, so...
Yeah, those were the days, back on the math team, competing with calculus. Right, I remember competing with We've only got about a minute and 10 seconds left.
Oh my gosh.
So I know, it goes by so quickly. How is everything doing in the shot? I think it's a nice shot. I think we were looking good, yeah. So math is a new religion.
Math, yeah, well, I mean, it's sort of absolutes, it's the thing is, it's nothing to be, to feel overwhelmed by. It should be something that you should be in awe of. So
that's right. As opposed to overwhelmed, you experience the awe.
Yes.
And the Saturn and Titan and the beauty of those things.
Yes,
you were watching at dinner. You said you were watching.
I fell asleep watching a documentary about Saturn, and I was like,
that'll give you pleasant dreams. We've got about 30 seconds left. I just want to say thank you so much for being here, Tara. You're an absolutely beautiful guest here in every way. We've had a wonderful conversation. Love to have you back again sometime if you're ever in the neighborhood.
You may see me skipping down the street looking like this.
Oh, I would love to.
Common,
Yes, here we are. We're here in Central Square. If you want to come by and see Tara skipping down the street looking like this may be your chance tonight. So thank you so much for watching. Thank you, Tara. And we'll be back next month around the same time, around 8:30, third Wednesday. Good night, everybody. Have a great rest of your night. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye.